Hello everybody, this is Paul Nisa with the Raw Life Health Show, and I want to answer a common question I get. People say, if a vegan diet is so great, why do we need to take supplements? And it's a very good question, and something I would have asked many years ago as well. If everything we need is in the diet we're eating, why do we need supplements? Well, I wouldn't point out a vegan diet because you know what? Everyone's taking supplements. People on every diet pretty much are taking supplements. I don't know any one diet out there that people feel it's so sufficient that they don't need any supplements. Now, some of those supplements might not be the synthetic supplements we would traditionally get from a pharmacy or even a drugstore or even a vitamin shop. Many times those supplements are whole foods in a supplement form just because they think their diet is not giving them all they need. Now, I do know that it's possible to get everything we need by eating a vegan diet or eating any pretty much diet out there if we eat a good variety of foods. But we got to look at the quality and the assimilation of the food as well. So it's not just is our diet or does our diet have all the nutrients it needs. There could be more to it than that. Are we able to assimilate what the diet actually has? And then are we able to digest it, get those nutrients, and are the nutrients even in the food? You could take an example of an apple. Maybe you have an apple in your diet and the apple is loaded with nutrients, but because of the low quality soil it's grown in, it doesn't have the nutrients that your body's requiring for your daily needs. So there's many other factors other than I'm eating a vegan diet, why do I need supplements, and so on. Now, I've been on a raw vegan diet for many years, and I went for years without taking supplements. Right now, I pretty much take a vitamin B12 supplement, even though I can get my vitamin B12 from some sources of vegan food. But it's so limited, and I'm not doing it on a regular basis, so to play it safe, I'll take a B12 supplement. I take probiotic supplements. My intestinal flora and my colon is, after all these years, probably still not ideal considering I suffered from inflammatory bowel disease over 20 years ago. So I want to make sure I'm giving my body those probiotics. Over the years I've taken enzymes because I know the food that I was eating, even though raw, wasn't live, so it wasn't the ideal thing. From a nutritional standpoint, vitamin D is the new rave today. A lot of people are taking vitamin D. Well, I get out in the sun a lot. I don't think that's an issue for me. And vitamin K2 is something that is not easy to get on a vegan diet. It's in meat, but it's not in many vegan foods. However, there's a food called natto that actually has more vitamin K2 than actually meat. And it's without all the toxins as well. So you can technically get every nutrient out there on a vegan diet. You can definitely get them on a raw diet if you chew your food well enough and assimilate them. Now, if you're eating the standard American diet, can you get all your nutrients? Yes, but are you? Most likely not, because the quality of the food is so low and there's so many other toxins your body has to deal with on top of the nutrients you're getting. Now, here's something interesting. Cooking your food isn't going to destroy many of the vitamins in the food. It will destroy the enzymes, which isn't good, and mess up digestion, but it doesn't completely destroy all of the enzymes. So we want to keep all these things in mind and answer the question, why on a vegan diet would somebody need supplements? Well, maybe you don't, maybe you do, but the real answer is you don't want to find out the hard way. And the hard way to find out is to think you don't and go many years without it, and then later on in life find out you had some major deficiency that caused it an everlasting problem. The best thing might be to do is, on occasion, maybe once a year, whatever diet you're on, get a blood test and make sure the diet you're on is working for you. And part of working for you is not just how you feel good, but also, are you meeting your nutritional requirements? So if you take a blood test and you have severe deficiencies, something is not working. It might be your diet, or it might be your assimilation or combination. I know when we get stressed out, we can't actually do or assimilate the nutrients as well as if we're not stressed out, because it messes with our digestion. Sleep is also another factor. So there are many other factors. So we can't just say if I'm having a deficiency, it's my diet. There could be other variables there. So it's a great question. I would recommend people stay away from synthetic supplements if they choose to take supplements, unless it's an extreme emergency where they need something immediately that's going to help boost it up. If they're in that extreme of a deficiency, then a short term, that might be okay. I look at supplements as a short-term answer to a long-term problem. And we have to figure out why we're not getting those nutrients and do something about it. And taking supplements during that process is certainly not a bad idea. You just want to look at the quality of the particular supplement you're taking, because not all supplements are the same. I prefer whole foods in a supplement form. green powders. One of my favorite things is called barley max, which is just barley grass powdered down. And things like this, I find just the whole food, and most likely the highest quality whole food, just put into a bottle and sent to me. And of course you want it as fresh as possible. If you can get your nutrients from your diet, eat them as fresh as possible, eat them ripe. That would be the best way to go, and that's what I recommend. So supplements can be okay. Usually people overdo it. They're just buying the new rave, the new big thing out there. You know, I think buying supplements without taking a blood test is really possibly a waste of money. You want to know what's best for you and what you need, not what the world's looking for. But you know, if everyone in the world has a deficiency, it might raise your awareness to get tested for that. So if you are on a vegetarian or vegan diet, maybe you want to get tested for B12. It doesn't mean you're going to have a deficiency, but get tested. And then understand the blood test. Understand that homocysteine, B12, and vitamin B6 and folic acid and things like this work together. So if your B12 is okay, check your homocysteine levels. Check your folic acid and your vitamin B6. Make sure they're okay as well, because one can be okay and one not. Or they can both be not okay. So you want to make sure you're doing your best. And when you get those blood tests, check hormones out, because hormones are not necessarily vitamins, but they could definitely play a big role in your health. And your diet and nutrition can determine your hormone level, amongst many other things as well. So it's a whole picture we got to look at. And we can't just take a picture of it once and then say we got the answer. We got to consistently monitor what we're doing. So understand also about blood tests that not all blood tests are the same. So some blood tests, the people don't know what they're looking for, and they can't read them the correct way. For example, if everyone's high in a certain nutrient and you're okay, they'll call you low. But you might not necessarily be low, you might be fine, but because everyone else is high, they might say that you're low. And if you don't know, you might get word and take a supplement, which you might not need to. Same thing in reverse. Everyone could be low and you could be just fine. And maybe you are, maybe you're not. You have to go to somebody who knows how to read the blood work. That definitely will help. There's a doctor I know in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. His name is Dr. Shandell. His website is www.caprofile.net. And he has an extensive blood test called the Longevity Blood Profile Test, which tests the nutrients, tests the hormones. Excellent test. It's a good amount of money, but it's definitely worth it, maybe once a year or so. And as for nutritional advice, he recommends people pretty much not be on a vegetarian diet, but he admits it can be fulfilled on a vegetarian diet, but it's just a lot more work. And he'll give synthetic supplements too, so don't listen to his synthetic supplement thing. Just take his blood test, so that's good. All right, if you have any comments or questions, post them below the video. Thanks for checking it out. If you ask questions, go to Raw Life Health Show and ask as many questions you like, and I'll answer them. This is Paul Neeson saying have a great day and a great raw life.
Nature's wealth, good for your health. This is the Raw Life Health Show. Raw Life, brighten up your life.